Welcome back to Shift Path, where we dive into the latest and greatest in the world of cars. Today, we're taking a first look at the 2025 Cupra Terramar, a sleek new SUV that hints at a bold future for Cupra in the United States. Now, if you're wondering what Terramar means, it's a clever nod to both land and sea in Spanish, which is fitting because we crossed both to bring you this review. We hit the streets of Miami in a gas-powered Terramar VZ, and then flew over the Atlantic to test the plug-in hybrid version in Wolfsburg, Germany. You might ask, why so much effort for a brand that's not even here yet? Because Cupra has big plans. They're aiming to make a major splash in the US before the end of the decade. And if the Terramar is any clue, they're bringing serious heat. A little background first, Cupra started as the performance arm of Spanish automaker Seat. It officially spun off into its own brand in 2018, and since then, it's been on a rocket ride of year-over-year sales growth under the Volkswagen Group. In the US, Cupra is planning to slot right between Volkswagen and Audi as the sporty, stylish choice. Although the Terramar isn't one of the two models Cupra plans to launch first, former CEO Wayne Griffiths called it the best example of where the brand is, and where it's headed. Let's talk performance, because that's where things get interesting. We drove two versions of the Terramar, both carrying the VZ badge, which stands for Veloz, meaning fast in Spanish. First up, the gas-only Terramar VZ. It's powered by a 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine making 261 horsepower, paired to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission and all-wheel drive. This combo makes it quick, 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 5.9 seconds. Then there's the plug-in hybrid, or PHEV, version. It combines a 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder with an electric motor for a combined 268 horsepower. Its front-wheel drive uses a 6-speed dual-clutch transmission, and thanks to its 20 kWh battery pack, it can drive about 75 miles on pure electric power, at least according to European ratings. The hybrid is no slouch, but it's noticeably heavier, tipping the scales about 340 pounds more than the gas-only model. That extra weight shows up in the numbers. It takes 7.3 seconds to hit 62 miles per hour. And if you're driving in pure EV mode, getting up to freeway speeds can feel a little sluggish as the system hesitates to fire up the gas engine. On the other hand, stomp the pedal in the 2.0T gas version, and you get an immediate, satisfying rush of power. There's no waiting around, just a quick downshift and you're off. Driving dynamics also differ quite a bit between the two. The hybrid's brake pedal feels soft and disconnected, and the steering is artificially heavy without real feedback. The gas-powered 2.0T feels more planted and natural, although it's still not what you'd call razor-sharp. Blame some of the differences on tires, too. The PHEV was riding on winter rubber, while the 2.0T had grippy summer tires. Either way, both Terramar VZ models ride with a firm yet forgiving quality when the adaptive dampers are set to comfort mode. But crank it up to sport, and especially on the gas model with sticky tires, you'll feel every bump and crack in the road. Visually, both models look nearly identical. That's a good thing, because the Terramar is one sharp-looking SUV. Massive front grille, aggressive headlights, sporty triangle accents, and a coupe-like roofline that screams speed even when it's parked. Inside, it's all about clean, sporty design. A driver-focused dashboard, premium materials, and Cupra's signature bronze trim make the cabin feel upscale without being over the top. It borrows some tech from Volkswagen, like the 12.9-inch touchscreen and the touch-sensitive temperature and volume controls, but otherwise, it's pure Cupra. Space in the back isn't huge, but it's good enough for two adults to sit comfortably behind the driver. Cargo space in the plug-in hybrid is slightly reduced because of the battery pack, but not dramatically so. Now, the big question, is the Terramar ready for the US? Well, the gas-powered 2.0T model shows a lot of promise. It's stylish, quick enough, and rides with a confidence that's missing in a lot of today's small SUVs. The PHEV, on the other hand, still feels like it's finding its footing. It's efficient, yes, but it lacks the sporty vibe Cupra is aiming for. Prices for the Terramar VZ are estimated to land between $41,000 to $44,000 when converted to US dollars. Performance numbers aren't groundbreaking, but a top speed of up to 150 miles per hour isn't anything to sneeze at either. Ultimately, the 2025 Cupra Terramar is a bold statement from a young brand ready to play in the big leagues. If Cupra can refine the formula, a little more spice, a little more soul, they just might carve out a spot between Volkswagen and Audi in the American market. And here's the thing, the Terramar might not even make it here officially, but if this SUV is a preview of what's to come, Cupra's future in the US looks pretty exciting. That's all for today's review. If you enjoyed this first look at the 2025 Cupra Terramar, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Shift Path, and ring that bell for more deep dives into the cars you'll want to drive next. Until next time, keep your path shifting forward.